Wagwan, wagwan, good. Big up on yourself, my people. Welcome, welcome, welcome to today's live. Enough love and respect. Happy Monday. Hello, hello, Monday. Little bit late because my internet been a do the do again. It's been cornering again. We want to go into this smooth as possible. Hmm. Want to make myself comfortable. First and foremost, I want to say hello to Doreen. Big up yourself, sister. Wagwan. I'm here, Panagoli side, trusting that everything is okay in your neck of the woods. Um, Let me know if you are hearing me loud and clear. I've been trying to get in um to do my sound check, but for some reason, um, I think I need some cleaning to do. I have some cleaning to do with this PC. It's been sluggish. But what happened? My internet is dipping also. So don't know if that had anything having anything to do with what's going on. But we are gonna go on the what we do without any hesitation. So whatever is not turned on is not my fault. It's not my fault. You may not see certain things on the ad today. On the yeah, my thoughts out loud. You may not see certain things on the podcast today, but I don't want this thing to shut down, so bear with me. I'll have to clean it up. It's very sluggish, doing the most for the morning. Um, if you notice, I even with the light in the background is a little bit dim because I don't know the power been doing some crazy stuff. Um, Auntie Cheryl, a long time and to see you. I you crossed my mind. Some few days ago, I actually went on Instagram, but I don't have the same Instagram anymore. But if you look for the name, you will see me there in the name. But mm, some changes were made. Long time in the see you. Big up yourself and hello and welcome to today's um podcast. I'm still trying to get in because what sense does it make for me to be sitting here and I am unable to even get into YouTube Studio because that's where I monitor the live stream, the health of the live stream, everything. If the audio, yeah, well, I have my equalizer here, but I just want to make sure if you're hearing me loud and clear, yeah, it's still doing the nonsense. If you're hearing me loud and clear, just give me actually live stream, the health of the live stream, everything. All right. So I don't need to ask you guys to help me with the sound check. I forgot that I had my phone in hand. Trusty old Samsung. Trusty old Samsung. Yes. Um, let's see something here. Let's not trouble. Yeah. It's some of those days when you know that you have when you realize that you have no control over you have no control over technology and you have to just let it do what it wants to do until or else you might suffer the ultimate consequences by it either crashing or freezing altogether. So let's just chill. Hello, Sister Yvonne. Blessings and welcome. Thank you for those of you who are here with me on today's live. Yes, we live. Yes, blessings and welcome. Um, my question is, have you guys liked the live as you enter? Because honestly, I'm seeing a few people watching, but I'm only seeing two likes. There are 14 people actually watching, and there's only two likes on the video. Kindly just tap the back button and hit the like. I refreshed my page just to see actually what's going on, and many of you that are watching many of you that are watching, um please don't I've written some Jamaican dialect on my title, so don't come for me. Yeah, that's how we speak. We're suspected, not suspected. What we've suspected all along. Yeah. Thank you guys for hitting the like. So you will also hear some Jamaican twang. We have a few Jamaicans here in the chat, so you understand. You understand. Marcia, hello and welcome. I see Auntie Ivan shouting you out. Blessings, blessings, blessings. Anywho, thank you for kindly going back to hit the like. Thank you very much. So we have 10 likes, and also some people, I don't know where they're gone, they disappear on and off. 12 people watching. Anywho, have you seen have you seen the drama over the weekend? The dramas over the weekend. We say village shenanigans over the weekend. Um, I don't know if you saw. I don't know if you saw those shenanigans over the weekend, but I have some few things to say. And as my title say, anyway, I said I'm going to be speaking Jamaican because I wrote Jamaican, some Jamaican on the title. Yes, sorry for that. Right. So let's just delve into today's episode as you come on in as the live build up. Um who that miss? Hello, Janet. Am I seeing Margaret, the widow widower? Whatever it is. Margaret, hello. Blessings. Okay. I blessings and welcome. Blessings, Sister Janet. Thank you for joining the live. Um, I was saying that the shenanigans over the weekend, I don't know how many of you saw them. It was more than one. Now, I say shenanigans because the way how these things are brought to the streets of YouTube and what's the word I'm looking for? Paraded. OMG. The way how these things are brought to YouTube and be paraded on the streets, I I'm left with no choice than call them shenanigans. No, people, it is quite evident, you know, as we look on and all that is happening, or all that has happened on Whitey Street, as we watch on and see what took place. For those of you who've seen those clips on, you know, people like Odinga's channel and David Amaje's channel. I don't even think I'm going to be even venturing into trying to play anything here unless I'm going to play it on my phone. But for all I know, for instance, there was this one with the incident that Marwa spoke about. By the way, I watched Marwa's live late yesterday evening because, life be life in, and sometimes I really don't get the time to watch when people are alive, like on live. I have to circle back and still give my support. And I watched Marwa's live, and I heard him speaking about the arrest of the guy. No, for instance, that clip that maybe David Omaji had, because I know he's always on top of things, you know what I'm saying? I know he may have played that thing. I didn't see David's video, but I suspect that he, you know, may have played. I know Prince. I saw Prince somewhere. Anyway, long story short, Um, that video with Marwa, other guy, and the way how, like some people came back and be parading these videos out here and be making, content out of them. I understand that, reaction on the streets be tea and be tea in that time, meaning that it's hot and people want the latest and the hottest news, the biggest headlines. But the more that I look on, these events, is the more I'm beginning to realize, like when you listen to some of these people who like react um towards this whole thing, is the more I realize, that like this family is really going through a lot, um and having to still come out here and defend themselves on the streets of YT. No, one might want to say, yeah, you're talking bullshit, because they're public figures and they should be able to deal with the pressure. And furthermore, they put their lives out there. Okay, so me cover it already because it's public figure. But no, public figure doesn't mean that a public figure puts a lot of stuff, personal stuff out there. Okay, let me stop explaining. So, it's a lot to have to be going through with these people, like a lot of these people, because I'm telling you the honest truth. I didn't even know that guy. Bec- that Maro spoke about, um, that he's a reactor. I didn't even know I saw fellow the boys a piece of fellow the boys a clip this morning also, and he was introducing himself on fellows camera. And I've never heard about no Muita the adventurer, whatever Muita adventures. I don't know who that guy is. And some days ago, I was saying here, right? The amount of negative, um, or the amount of reactors that are out there reacting like negatively as if they personally know this guy, as if they personally know Marwa, and they just want to bash him. It shocked the hell out of me. This thing is overly saturated at this point. You don't even like if you should do a video, you hardly make money out of these kind of content anymore. It's overly saturated. Overly saturated. Sorry for that. I actually shouted. Overly saturated. I'm telling you. Blessings, gratitude. Don't spell the name. Oh God. Okay, it's a 1K English name. Yeah, I know. All right, I won't. Like some of those, I just don't bother to pronounce because my brain be going whoop, and my eyes be going whoop, 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 and then the name be going whoop. So sometimes if it's not, I just skip over it or call the shortest form I could find. Yeah. Yeah. So I was saying that, literally, I saw this guy introducing himself on camera, and I was shocked because I don't know that there was another reactor out of the village. But the truth is that these people actually come, just make them come here to do those types of reaction, even though they know some of them will know the family personally, like just being in the same village. Some of them come from a different village, but yet they will say that they are from nearby Hanse, and they some of them may not even know Marwa, but yet they're still there because you can't know everybody. Listen to me. I'm from one village, and they have two more villages down the road from me. I don't know those people. I don't know those people. And when you were a kid, you used to find every fruit tree that the people them in the district would have. You know how kids are. You know every mango tree in everybody yard because from school you be passing and you don't care if they have dogs. You stone the dogs and you go and thief the people them fruit mango. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how many of you used to have those kind of days, but let me tell you something. I don't know those people like in them in like I don't know too much of those people in those villages. So anyway, I'm saying that this guy came and he introduced himself on Fellow's camera and he said this is who he is. But later I was made to understand that this guy was also doing videos and calling joining the rest of the clan to say that Marwa is a scammer. So I don't know. I don't know. Apparently, that was where the whole thing stemmed from him being arrested. I don't know. I don't know. No, because I wasn't. Yeah, as I said, I haven't been following too much of what's going on online. But I just wanted to say to you guys today that the more I looked on these things, is the more that I realized that you know most of these young people that come online, number one, from that country and even that village or neighboring village. Um, they're just there for a quick buck. They're there to make it quick and fast because it's like I did a video for the other channel and I was saying in that video honestly that it doesn't matter the hatred that they come here online to spew. Deep down inside, the names that they would call this guy and this family, if they weren't inspired. For instance, if you out, okay, I'm out here and I'm calling you like calling Doreen or Ivan a scammer, and then when I'm done, I'm gonna come online. Like I'm coming online, I'm calling him a scammer. But the only purpose why I am online is because Doreen or Ivan has a life that I want so badly. And I am yearning to have that life. So I am here trying to take the shortest way out by coming, doing defamatory content, talking, making up a lot of stories that I don't even know about these people. Because, for instance, right, look how high, even though it wasn't like that all the while, but look how high the gates of Marwa's parents and the walls are. No, can you tell what's going on behind those gates? Except that maybe it is something extremely loud, like people shouting on the top of their voices. How can you come out or stay wherever you are, all the way up in Nebuhanse Marketplace or wherever in the neighboring parts of the village and hear what's going on? Another thing that I noticed yesterday was how quick the information spreaded. And I was watching that boy. That boy, I don't know if he's Baba Ann's son or whatever. And I was thinking to myself, is he the one who was filming? I mean, everybody's free to do what they want to do because besides a Marwan family, this is just besides the way how people would run to film and put it up, this is just the way of the world. You know, this is just the way of the world. I'm not saying anything like is wrong. You're filming because everything is social media right now. The good, the bad, and the indifferent. Everything is social media. Everybody is running with a gadget for social media. I see an accident some day ago, and instead of them helping the person that had the accident, everybody was just running to video instead of calling 911. This is the sad reality that we are living with in today's day. I just saw it go. But I'm saying whatever is going on in that vicinity, in the people's home, how are they knowing these things? How are they knowing these things to say them come out on the street to be telling people? So high chances are majority of those information that are put out there, it is a damn lie. It is fabricated information in order to, except for the ones that then bring the receipt. And I'm not telling you that life don't be life and people don't have stories on each other. Yes, we all do at time in a village, especially in a village setting, in close proximity. And then rumors, gossip in a village itself. It's like paramount to the existence of a village. Gossip. Gossip itself. People will always have some filth to talk about you. You think it's like a time I remember, if you're familiar with me, I grew up my great aunt. And there was this lady that came to the village. I mean, we were peaceful until this woman came. May her soul rest in peace. Some days ago, her house caught fire. She fell asleep and she was cooking. Her house caught fire and she never made it. But I'm saying, this lady, oh my God, from she came in the village, nobody was in peace after that. Nobody. When you hear gossip, she don't know nothing about nobody. She's a stranger to the village. At one point in time, people were planning to just put some sticks on her behind because she was just doing the most. Yeah, she had goats, not a lot, just a few goats. And when you hear about, village people, Jamaica, how it is, if you're familiar, we love with flowers. We always have some little plants in and around the yard. And my great aunt was good for that. Every tree possible. We have two nice dwarf coconut tree, the short ones, to the front of the yard. And the woman goats. However, I don't know how the dog didn't find them because maybe the dog thought it was puppies or whatever. I don't know. But the goats made their way to the first set of coconut tree. And instead of coming to say sorry, it was a quarrel. It's as if nobody could have, tell her anything. And drama started from there. Drama started from she knew nothing about my family. And that was the beginning of everything gossiping around the neighborhood about. And our um house, what the way how where her house was from us, there was nothing that was going on in our home that she could have heard because there were two houses between both, like both of us. Two other houses, two other yards. So how did she know anything? One of the house belonged to one other family member, and one was for another lady. Everybody was minding their business, so she made up stories, and everybody in the village become tormented because of her. So in a village setting, like we say, gossip is paramount to their existence in many villages. And we've seen where this family, you know, regardless of how they live their life on social media and what they share from what they won't share, I could understand. Regardless of that, put that aside. We know that a lot of the things that these people come out here to talk about on the streets of YT are fabricated. And add whatever life that they live in the public. And these people who do reaction, the way how they would flip it and twist it upside down and make it into, I don't even know how to explain. However, we go back to the incidents over the weekend, what happened. I mean, these people have already lived their life, whatever transpired, and they gone on to a different phase. We're still here talking about it, but it's just life. That's what I do, commentary. Now, imagine, this incident that took place. And it's all over the internet. People are having a field day. People are enjoying the whole drama. People are encouraging the nonsense that finally the family found somebody that will stand up to them. And people should continue standing up to them. So you want to tell me that this family just literally walk around the village and find people to provoke? Just so out of the blues? Hell no. Hell no. Why would this boy call Marwa a scammer? Has Marwa ever scammed him? I know that people will get angry and say things, and nowadays everything is a scam. Everything is a scam, right? But if somebody hasn't done any shady business with you or against you, or done any shady business in the public that the world could see, I mean, how is he a scammer? Everything that is done, brawling, brawling, brawling on camera. till people overcounting and I mean people undercounting money that was overcounted and still turning around to call it a scam. It's shocking. It's shocking. Yes. Very shocking. Mara is such an influence. Do you see how many people in the village building? Exactly. 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 And whether they like it or not, whether they like it or not, whether they want to hate it or hate the family or not, these people comes with a massive, massive influence. Why? I want to ask a question. I mean, I know people what this is the age we're living in. Technology is in everybody's hands. But why when anything else happen in the village, in that village, we don't see it on social media? Why it is only this family the focus is on? You know how many other things that happens on a daily basis? Because as far as I'm concerned, humans have a way to not able to coexist with each other. So you will always have people having like not disagreements is the word I'm looking for. People will always disagree. Yeah. You know the amount of things that happens in the village on a daily basis to different families. You don't see it on none of those people's channels. So to show you that the influence is up there, up there. These are the ones that are carrying the weight, and yet for all they would still try everything to. Let me tell you something. The day, the day that Marwa or Dimwango, because this is the one that they always live on. These are the ones that they always live on. The day that Marwa and Dimwango or Dimwango decide to call it quits off of YouTube, hey, famine in a Kenya, famine in a them house there. I'm telling you, because there is no way, no other content creator is gonna allow them to do these kind of things, reaction against them, using their names and tarnishing their names like this on social media. Minnesota can't talk about the people them. Minnesota can't make because listen to me. You guys on this channel, you know me how I do. If I see something and that I think that could have been done better, me not love nobody too much till me can correct them. Never. Because I do that with my kids. I have to step up and say no. But to come out here day in and day out and trample on the heads of these people like so. And you know for a fact that the day these people decide to not come out and do content, hey, they will go back to even videos from 7 years ago and create. You remember some days ago how they came up with a story about Dimongo? Hey, my God. Because they were not, content was not contenting. And these are the ones who would come out and tell, look at what she doing. She's stupid because she's not, she's like, I heard one of them called the some kind of name. She need to go and bed and she's stupid. She needs to do this. I'm like seriously, which content, which other content creator in Africa they could go and be doing these things about? Me not say, listen to me. I don't say that you don't have a what's this name I'm looking for. You have you. I don't say that you don't have content creators, reactors that do brawling reaction, but the defamation side, knowing that you come out here so they do all these things, say all these things, telling people to go watch them this and that and them smell and them this is modern days. You don't be doing those things. Speak about facts. What do you know about these people? To the extent where you go tell them for bed. My God. My God. Mm. YouTube went down the other day and it was down for oh, I wish it went down for a week. Exactly. Exactly. If that ever happened, me say head a go roll. Bellies a go growl. Because there's nothing else, especially the stick boy, especially the stick boy who come out playing like him cockatoo more than anybody else on the streets of YT. You understand? And I'm wondering if he doesn't have a mom or sisters because the way how he speaks about the AAD, I'm saying if you really have a woman and your woman sit and would hear you talking about another woman like that, me don't want you. I don't want you. I would not want you. Because it's the same or worse you're gonna be doing, you know, to me. Mighty. We call that mama man. Any man will willingly sit down and discuss about a woman in that manner. Mama man. As me say my title half Jamaican, so I am going to be half Jamaican today. Mama man. Sit down telling a woman how she smell like and she this and you need to style up, stick boy. This must say, I always say that I feel like the frontal lobe not done develop yet. So this is the way how he would react on the streets. Where in Jamaica I'm from, I was born in in the parish. I was born in the parish of Westmoreland, but I left Jamaica at a early age, little bit past my teens. Little bit past my teens. I was born in the West, but I born there, but I grew up over in Hanover. Yes, 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 Ivan. They would recycle all the old videos. They would go back and make stories, stories on top of stories because content is not content. When you see the season slow down, no telling the drama that is going to them going to drum up. Somebody will just come out with a pseudo account. They know how to do. Listen, let me tell you how me realize like being here on these streets. Sorry for those of you who might not understand my accent, but I'm gonna be true. Let me explain how them are gonna come out. So somebody will come once once content is not contenting if the season slow because you have a period, you know, when things are gonna be hot and then another time you ain't got nothing doing. People will come out or someone is gonna come out under somebody's live. They're gonna make sure they wait for the live, and they will come out under the live with a pseudo account and drop a kind of comment. And that comment is going to feed them with content for the rest of the week. All of them. For the rest of the week. Like all who are doing those types of content. That's how the thing go. And if that can't work, if there are no lives live in, if nobody not do no live, somebody I go create a narrative. Somebody I go create a scenario. And with that scenario, the rest of them are going to just run with it. And let me tell you something, they make these things sound so genuine. Imagine, look at the thing when according to them, and that old man that sits and discusses young people's business. What's his name? The fake father. I by the way, you could see that it is now hurting him. You know the comments that Mara made. Mara remind me so much of a family member that I have. He will listen, and he's going to listen, and he's going to listen, and he's going to wait till you're done. And when you think it gone, all him have to do is come back and drop one comment, and you're dead. That's it for you. Because that one comment that he makes is going to hurt you so bad. It's going to cut deep. And it's like it's best you were never in existence. That is what you see. Mara will go as much as he talks and he talks and he talks, and we quarrel and say, "Why you've been talking too much about this thing? We don't need to know da." There is a strategy, a method behind the madness. He's going to wait and then he's gonna hit you where it hurts. That old man is now a full time. rebel. No, we thought that he was doing bad. He's worse now. He's literally attacking the person who he claimed that he loved dearly and was advising. He's now a full on attacker. Combat mode. Uh, no. What about Westmoreland? No, no, no. I probably missed that. With what? Trending? I don't know. Like over the weekend, I really was not in any vibes for social media. I had my own thing going on. So this man is really now on like full combat mode. He's basically, you know, every video after video is now full attack mode. He's no longer advising as he used to say. He's telling you, you, I will see what you're going to do. For example, I will see what you're going to do. Let's see what you do now. No, you're running a madman. This is how he's talking to Marwa, the old man, Kohara Senior. That's how he's talking to Marwa. Just because Marwa came out and told him what he had to say. So it's now pissing him off. Hey, hey. Exactly. Busy securing their future. Okay, okay, okay. I know, I know. I've worked in like so I used to do in the early days, my early growing up in teen, I used to sing with bands and I also used to like early. I started singing at the age of 14. I don't know if you remember Beach Resort over in Montego Bay. I used to do some few cabarets over the weekend. But because I was young, they're not gonna give you the full work week, like the full, like every night. There was school, so on and so forth. I also had a manager, but yeah, I used to perform at Seawind Beach Resort. Can't remember the lady who was a tall, slim lady. She used to be the manager there. That was donkey years. Yeah, I don't even know if Seawind Beach Resort still exists. Yes, yes, yes. I know Montego Bay, and I used to be on Market Street. Sorry, I used to be on up right at Sam Sharp Square. There's a building right there. There was a lady named Miss Ann that owned that building. There was a little recording studio somewhere up there. It was first a seamstress shop, and they converted it to a recording studio. That's where some of my first music was done. Yeah, that was later placed on vinyl records. Anyway, enough for me. We don't talk about me today, but that was just a little bit of history. Yep. So I'm familiar with Montego Bay, very much familiar, and I used to go to Rossi's. So when the football matches are in swing, you don't know, say we over the park. And a couple of the footballers that came from Montego Bay schools, some of the schools in Montego Bay, they were probably troublemakers, but they sent them to Rossi's comprehensive, and yeah, those were the days. Noreen, oh Jesus, Doreen. Don't kill me. Yeah. So I was talking about this old man. Like he's basically in combat mode right now. Is not advising anymore because he realized like he came with a mission. And the mission was to get into Marwa's head and to see if probably actually like they brought him to the streets. Remember Masuba one did the whole thing. They brought him to the streets with a mission because they think that they know about people's life more than how people who are going through the motions know about the failed mission of Masubu one. And it never worked. All of that was to get into Marwa's head. Eh? It never worked. It never worked. You understand? Oh, it's not Sea Wind anymore. They have a change of name. Yeah, and those buildings were old. They have to be old, even older now, or probably they're sold off and be looking nicer now because refurbished and everything. Yeah, haven't been in Montego Bay since 2019, sadly, but it's the truth. Yeah. And the furthest I went was at the what you call it, Greyhound. What's the bus station? What's the bus station name? Knoxford. Yeah, actually, it's a lot. I went to there was a Starbucks on Bottom Road, or wherever you call it. I went there also. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So. Oh my God. Yeah, so this guy literally, it's not working out for him, so he goes into attack mode. Just like everybody else that you saw who came and who came to Marwa and tried to, join the camp, and when things didn't work out for them, they became bitter. Now let me just move to um another drama that I saw with this time with David Jr. With David Jr. And the more I watch that clip is the more I realize like a lot of people like in real life, instead of helping to calm a situation, they only help to escalate it. I don't know, maybe I'm one of the few fools walking around, but um when fellow was going to the back of the truck, like we saw. With those of you who watch it, and fellow was going to the back of the truck. Remember, fellow was doing a vlog all the time on the road. When the truck got stuck, he went his home. He came back. First, it was Marwa. It was the incident of Marwa firstly, and then the second trip, the second round was him and David. But was the incident with David Jr. So it was in that one stretch. I was thinking that, okay, whatever transpired between Davy and that drunken man, it was obvious that that guy was drunk. Obvious that he was drunk and are having something. And the incident, whatever transpired, you know, David already in fight mode saw the camera. And the only thing that came to mind was that you're not gonna make any content out of me to post on social media. And same way he thought is the same thing, the same thing that fellow did. I expected that he probably would have cut out that part from his blog, but I guess he did not. He did not edit anything, so he just went and uploaded it same way. Many times we would have gone after Marwa for this and say, boy, just stop bringing drama to your channel. We don't need to see that. A village will always have contention amongst each like villagers will always have contention amongst each other. We understand many of us come from village setting. We all are. Many of us are in the Caribbean is still in a village. I still live in a village. I live in a village. You understand? So we understand how these things work. Neighbor, cuss and fight. Tenant in a yard, cuss and fight. Whatever. Now, I was thinking, not that I'm putting blame on anybody, but I was thinking that, okay, oh my God, the guy is already pissed about whatever hit that drunken man would have hit the car. And they were arguing back and forth, as villagers do. We all know these things. It's no news. So to show you that majority of times these people are just in it for the damn nonsensical dramas to run to the street. He could have edited that part out. He could have just cut off that part. We don't need to see nobody calling each other poor or telling each other that them drunk or that these things are not for the streets. So why bring these nonsense to YouTube? Why? Why? The bitterness also that was in that man. The bitterness that was in that man, the words, when translated, the words that came from that man, it is quite evident. that a lot of people, including that gentleman who was in it, going after, going at it with Davy, it's quite evident that there's a lot of bitterness in the village towards this family. From my understanding, they see them as show off. They see them feeling as if they're better than people. But I'm looking at the whole thing and I'm saying, I know for a fact they would never close their gates to a hungry or a needy person. Many times I've seen even David himself would have given people help in whether them intoxicated or not. Till there are times when he would tell them, "No, I'm not gonna give you because you're only gonna buy thing to drink to be drunk." And I'm not supporting that. Those times, when it's too much, he will stand up. But they're not perfect either. They're not perfect either. So why bring these things? Why force yourself to take these cameras and carry this entire video and upload to YouTube, knowing damn well that it doesn't look good. It is also your village. Are you trying to expose, like, to show the world? See, I've been telling you that this family, da, 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 da," every family. Show me a family, let alone show me a village that doesn't have people, unless this person can't speak, or are they confined to one space, then you wouldn't hear them out in the village. At one point in time or the other, somebody's gonna cross your path. Don't think that a lot of us grew up in the same environment. A lot of us grew up in houses with siblings, with parents that fight from morning till night. Come on now. What are you trying to show us? Telenovela? I'm sorry, people. I'm sorry. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. It is true, Ivan. It's true. It is so true. And the hate, the bitterness, and the way how they perceive these people is as if they are the worst that's come of the earth. Nobody else wickeder than these people. I heard Gintu say the other day that these people should be chased from the village. And I'm thinking to myself, but you're not from there either. Because the word that followed was they're not from here and they need to be chased because they're the ones who are making problem. Like for him, I wouldn't even really listen too deep because he was just confused, frustrated because the way how he had planned to make views after the whole incident that transpired down by Anesto, it never worked out. It never worked. Um, you're saying hey, Lord Jesus. Oi, 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 oi. Let me tell you something. You're right. You're right. You are right, Mervis. You're correct. One thing that I know, especially a young person, one of them young boy there, one of them young boys there with them Mark X and them blah, blah, blah. You see how many people flat out right now, 6 feet, because of simple things. One man passing a party. I think it was last year an incident happened in my lane. When Mr. Lane, when my house there was a party at the top of the road, up at the lane, up at the top. There was a bar, and there was a party at the bar. One man came, I guess he was high, and dancing or yapping, and his drink was slashing around in the cup, splashing around in the cup, and it spilled over on somebody else's clothing, just the clothing. And he's not. alive today. You understand? Even a little girl, I don't want to explain in details because you have to be advertiser friendly. Even a little girl that was crossing the road below to go to another shop down the road ended up with a bullet flying through her foot because of the same incident. You understand? So you're right. You're right. And these people are behaving as if like the more you listen to them when they come out to parade these stories on the street and to readily call down this family left, right, and center, it is as if they should take every bullying, they should take everything and shut them out and keep living and hold it inside. They're not supposed to react because they are not humans. I did a video this morning, and I was another video for the other channel this morning. I was just laughing because somebody was saying that Marwa is a madman. And I want to know, I really wanted to know. Then, if you dub this man a madman, how is it that you are here sometimes 2 times a day? Leave your chickens, leave your restaurant, leave your building, leave your Forex online trading, leave all of those things to come and make stories off of a madman. That means you're a wicked. You are a wicked because if the person mad and you are so adamant about making a living off of the person head, why you colder than Alaska? You bad. You understand? Living off of the backs of mad people? No dread. No sir. If you have it that no, you always hear me say these people are heartless because they go for anything. Oh, later on, when I post the video, you'll understand what I'm saying. It's crazy. It's as if because they're public figure, they have no feelings. Because they're public figure, you should do all the shenanigans, but they should stand up and take it like a rock. Eh, mm-mm. Take it like a rock. No, sir. Those of you who are watching and you have not yet liked the video, kindly just hit back. Go back and hit the video. Hit the like button for me, please. 24 likes. At one point in time, I saw 41. Now it's 35 people watching. Kindly hit the like button because once you leave, you're not going to remember nothing. And if you're new here and you have not yet subscribed, kindly hit the subscribe button. I couldn't get on to turn on some things in the back end. So I don't know. For those of you who want to just rerun the video when you're done for support, once I'm done here, because certain things were not turned on, I did not get to go to YouTube Studio because the device was freezing. Honestly, my people, these people have a heart. These people have blood running through the veins, just like any one of us. They're humans and they are entitled to speak, to defend themselves. I don't know if you wanna if somebody keeps like fighting for no reason and they say the person is a tyrant, then I could understand. But if they're fighting to protect their names and protect it with a cause, at all cause, at any cause, no, I can't say, I can't say the person is a mad person. No, no, no. Based on whatever happened to those two brothers at different times on the same road, it is giving people don't like okay for the other guy who was online say giving the abuse and whatever disagreement Marwan that guy had prior. um I'm not too familiar, but based on what played out on camera with David Jr., it's quite evident that there's a lot of anger in the village towards this family, a lot of hatred also, and bitterness towards I heard some of the boys them say that David would fly speed pass. We say fly pass. Speed pass. You remember the situation with the speed bump in the road with Mama Ann's uh uh road and whatever all that happened. And some of them were saying, oh, he's a show off and he likes to drive like he's crazy. And that's why they put the speed bump there. Okay. Like in real life, people put speed bumps because they want to make sure that you slow down and don't create any chaos. Not out of bad mind. Not out of bad mind. You understand? Or to mash up a vehicle. So in Jamaica, we fight for less than that. It's someone's a new car, older car. Hey, any which one of them, any which one of them. Like I give you I gave an example earlier um of how okay, real. I'm going on the road now. Thank you, Marcia. You have a good one. I gave an example of what happened at the party and how that person is no longer in the land of the living just because of alcohol spilling on the shirt. Dark and crass, very tribalistic when they're ready. Very, very, very crass. No sense, especially this generation, you have no sense of reasoning. So that's why we always say that we are already used to the village shenanigans. We don't need to see those things. Why we came because of the authentic. A lot of us, like from the Caribbean, we always have this longing for Mama Africa. And what really pisses me off is when, let me tell you something. Let me before I even close off this live today. Let me tell you something. I learned a lot about Africa over the past years, no, especially that Marwa was doing deeper village life. Since he started building little by little, but most remember when he started building, he was out traveling, and then he spent a few days and a few months or weeks, and then he leave again. But I'm telling you, since our eyes are being open to this village life that he introduced to the camera, I learned so much about Africa. Us had this, as Jamaican, had this thing about, as Africans or descendants from African slaves, we always had a yearning to even go back. Some of us, like for me, the only place I think that I would really want to visit in Africa, though, honestly, is Ethiopia, based on the richness of the history. Um, my roots, though, trace back to Nigeria, sadly, but it's still a beautiful place. But I would want to go back to Ethiopia. Ethiopia is rich in history. I don't know why I feel like creation began there. Um, I would want to go back to Ethiopia. Anyway, Kenya is also beautiful. I love the wildlife and all of that. But honestly, saying all of that to say that we had this thing about yearning for African, yearning to learn about the country, and so on and so forth. So this been introduced to us. This is what we came for. A lot of us, we came to learn about the culture. So I guess probably fighting and bringing it to the internet is part of the culture too. I'm tired of the fighting. We've seen too much of that in Jamaica. I'm tired. I'm tired. Yes, so I heard. So I heard. And Marwa asked him to get a tractor to work for him, and and he never came. So nobody don't have no time. Nobody have no time to stand up and wait for him to come whenever he want to come with no tractor. Marwa got a different tractor, and now he's made several videos calling Marwa a scammer. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that nonsense? Just because somebody moved on, a busy person who don't have no time to waste because he had to catch the ground to plant the seeds, the hay. at a particular time. So the rain can be, helping the seeds to grow. So me must stand up and wait on you until you go wrong and come wrong with your kunumono nonsense. And then because of that, you're going to call me a scammer. I think he was easy on him, as far as me concerned. I think he was easy on him. I saw a little clip where he was like running away and Marwa wasn't like too much of Marwa wasn't showing on it, but I saw when he was like sprinting away from not being caught or whatever, whatever. But the truth of the matter is, whether they're related or not, the village struggles always will always continue. But when you're gonna take it to another phase and come online, you should know that the defamation thing, people are taking it very seriously. And I learned a lot about Africa. Exactly. I could have a discussion on Africa. Exactly. I learn a lot on YouTube. I really get turned off by now you understand exactly. Exactly. And there was this point in time also where, people were just begging just begging, just pleading, quit with the drama, just focus. Let's move on from this because it had become so heated. And once you start to watch these things, your heart start racing. Especially if you invest in like a lot of these like some of these creators emotionally. If you invest in them emotionally, meaning that you're watching the content and you believe in them, and then you see a bunch of nonsense. And that's why I say, we don't need to see none of these drama. Take it off your channels, especially for Marwa. Your channel is too big for this nonsense. You are a travel commando, as your fans dubbed you. Let's see. Right now, you're doing lifestyle. Let's see you do the lifestyle. We'll support you doing your lifestyle. You bring us premium lifestyle content until you could get to your traveling. Let's stick to that. I know that village content is part of daily, I mean, village shenanigans is part of daily living. But, if you have a brand, you should work to protect that. And that's why you see him taking the initiative to stand up on him hind leg and get this boy off of the street. And there will be others. If he takes it serious, there will be others. And sometimes, them of us saying lamb to the slaughter. You have to use one to make an example. Sometimes you have to use one to make an example. And others, the rest will add up. Others will now see that, oh, this is serious. I can't be out here on social media with all this defamation. You know how when you go to like and you go to your platform, you tag these people, and then w- you know whatever you said about them remains there. When you search Marwa, majority of times when you search Marwa, majority of times it is those people like reactors information, those videos are added all around, so you will find Marwa and then the rest of the information is the reactors. So if for instance, you go to apply for a visa, for instance, okay, so his US visa was expired, and um especially in this time that we're living in, his visa is now expired and he wants to go and renew the visa. Even though his people in his country know, what if he goes and meets somebody else that doesn't know anything and decide to do a whole search on his social media and see all these things, scammer, this, that. The other day, even I heard Ginto came to his platform, but 3 times he did 3 videos. And I don't know why that was not addressed. Like seriously, saying that the reason why Marwa cannot go back to the US is because he was charged some kind of USD amount, and that's because of the incident with the young lady, blah blah blah. That the guy from wherever he comes from in Africa, the one that he stayed with in the States, because of that. And whatever he was charged, and he's not gonna get back a visa, he cannot go back to the United States. Da, 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 da. And I'm saying to myself, wait, is it that these things like he's turned a deaf ears to it, or is it that he didn't see it or hear it. Because these things, he did like three different videos with the same, especially in times like now, with the same information in the three videos stating that Marwa cannot go back to the US because he was charged for this, and this. These people, anything for money. Anything for money. Anything for money. Huh. Anyway, my people, I think I've done and said a lot. Oh wow. Oh wow, wow, wow. I think I've done and said a lot. And I want to close off today's live. Kindly hit the like button before you exit. It was really a pleasure though, honestly speaking with you in this manner. Before I go, just hit the like. And if you have not yet subscribed, kindly take the time out to subscribe to the channel. We are on the road to 4,000. Kindly. Don't mind my deep Jamaican accent from time to time. A lot of us are Jamaicans here. A lot of us I know personally are here are Jamaicans. For the others, I hope that you understand. If you don't, then I'll try my best next time not to go so deep. But I have to bring that authenticity to the channel. I am a Jamaican, so I can't, we have to mix it a little bit, but clear enough so you guys can understand. Um, I was about to say something. No, I'm forgetting. Oh my God. Oh, kindly just leave your thoughts also in the comments section. This section that you are is called the live chat. The comment section, sometimes I leave a question there to grab your attention so you can always go back and respond to the question that I ask. And there will be a question as long as I'm able to get onto YouTube Studio, but I was not able to. Also, um, I was not able to add my monetization to today's live. I will have to add it when I'm done, unfortunately. But it is what it is. Some days you win, some days you lose. Altino official blessings, blessings, blessings. Um, they don't even have proof. That is true. That in itself is something that I spoke about it earlier of them wanting to come to the streets of YT to make it quick and fast. It's about speedy growth. For them is a plan for, like, they know like it's a formula rather for fast growth, and the formula is negativity, because and also negativity and marwa, because they realize that it is the speediest way to grow, because sadly, when you agitate the algorithm with a stuff like those, not that YouTube is a bad place, no, but the algorithm loves chaos. The algorithm loves hype. It loves these kind of mayhem, because once you see there are a lot of interactions, because the mayhem is mayheming, the algorithm is agitated, and it loves in a good way for the algorithm, and it's also in a good way for the pockets of those who are spewing out the lies. You understand? Yes, they like it, so it's a formula for growth, and it is spew lies, use Marwa's name, that's all, and use the family names. That's all it is. Not that these people are clean and squeaky clean and perfect and everything. Majority of things, too much of things are done on camera, and hence they would use the talk that, oh, they are public figures so we can scrutinize them. But when you add a twist of your own mayhem to it, plus other things that we spoke about earlier, which like the lies and the fabrication, that in itself is a formula for crazy things to happen. They shouldn't, they shouldn't be allowed to be continuing with this cyberbullying and defamation. They shouldn't be allowed in a real day and age where people like content creators are ending up, you know going to rehab, ending up going to get counseling, having problems in their personal life because of a lot of these kind of behavior. Remember when the incident transpired with Passy? And I came out here and I was laughing. I said, Patsy, the one thing that is left for you to do is just speak the truth. If you're going to come out here and behave and lie and begin to use you to make content, then we will have to come for you because then you're no better because you know the truth. You know the truth. You understand? So, like, I never joined the bandwagon to say, let's beat her down as a woman. Let we beat her down. Let we talk about it. No, I said speak the truth and stop lying. Stop letting Ginto use you to make content when you know that you've been involved in a particular way doing things that, and then you turn around now coming out here to cry for free because you had somebody else doing something else better for you. So you wanna just make sure that you make yourself look good. Other than that, speak the truth. Or back away and stay silent and leave it until let's let it slide. Anyway, my people, I am only saying that to say that I did the last time I spoke about cyberbullying, somebody made a comment that when I was talking about Patsy, what was that? What I told her, you could always go back and watch the video. Nonsense. Coming out here doing all kind of thing when things were all over the whole place with what she was doing. Shouldn't have to lie like that. She shouldn't. She shouldn't. She shouldn't even be talking about it. Find the people them, tell them leave your name and don't come on social media to make any more brawl of it. Anyway, my people, big up on yourself. Once again, I say, leave a like on the video, on the live before you go. I'm too used to video. Leave a like on the live before you exit and let us meet in the next one. Peace. One love. God bless.